and feel like a tutorial. That's what it's meant to be. So step one is, this is your dashboard. Look it over. Want to go into your settings. We want to actually go in and set up and turn on, under general settings, the option to have multi-company. It's very simple. So now that we're actually in the settings themselves, we scroll down to multi-company. You'll see it down here. Let's see, here we go. So about halfway down, just past products, you'll see a button. It says multi-company, and let's turn on intercompany flows as well. It's fine. Hit save, give it a moment. It's going to save those settings. Okay, very good. When it goes blank, that means it's working, so no worries. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard and go to demo company and click on setup right here at the bottom. This is the default company. I want to create or add to this set company. So now let's just call this, I typed in DEM and it gives me a number of companies I can actually go ahead and use. Let's say it's Demand Force for now. Excellent. Let's punch in email. Put in some arbitrary phone number. Hit save. And up top and to the right, you'll notice that now you have two companies you can actually toggle between. So 1 and 2. So this was the default demo company. Now we have Demand Force as well. Let's go back to our dashboard. From here, we can go back to our main dashboard as well. Let's say we want to dive into any application. Let's hit sales. And you'll notice that you have one extra option, and that is the ability to actually toggle between the different companies. Let's go into products and I'll demonstrate that exactly. So here we have Coca-Cola. Let's go to e-commerce, hit edit. You see your website here. It shows you that you can actually toggle now between the two separate websites. So that's multi-company setup. Let's go into the website now and set up multi-company. Multi-website. So now you see here our main dashboard under websites. Let's hit go to website. You'll see how it's configured. It has been set up. See that you have your company, demo company, and Demand Force. Although I don't want to actually change it from here. I want to actually change the look and feel of the website itself. So click back out and then back into the website dashboard. Go into configuration, hit settings once more. And you'll see here it says create a new website. So we're going to check this off and create a new website. Let's call this one the same as the intercompany. And force. Okay, that's fine. Here we go. That way we're going to associate the company with the website. So now we choose a theme. You can see here we have a number of themes to choose from. Before you actually choose the theme, I'm sure you want to just kind of get a feel for the way the theme will actually look. You can preview it. Let's say you have a live preview. What do you guys think? Bistro, Nano. Yeah, it's got a spaceship. Let's pick this one. So live preview. This gives you a look of how it's going to look. All right, it's fine. Just click back out. Let's choose that theme. So that means that this theme is now applied. It's applying it now. And here we go. And from here, we can further change the look of this theme by activating edit. Let's say here we want to change the cover, add a catchy headline. And with Odoo, it kind of directs you a certain way. Like let's say catchy headline means, click here for more cool stuff or what have you. And from here, you can click on other things and see that. So you have a feature block, something like that. That's just fine. Let's save that. And now we have a multifunctional functional website that actually works and was created in about 5 minutes. Let's toggle between the different looks. Let's go from demand force to, let's say, my website 2. And of course, this one hasn't been optimized or created yet. That's fine. We can go through those same exact steps to create those as well. Let's go back to the one I just made. I'm going to show you guys a great feature. It's called Contact Us. And what I can do is I can go ahead and send a question, and that question is then fed directly into the CRM. You go into CRM, configuration, again, it's settings, and you make sure that leads are turned on, which they are. And what I can do from here, since I know it's turned on, is I can type a question, or let's say someone might possibly have an interest in one of the products. Maybe there's some specific product they're interested in, but then they want to make sure they have that product in, let's say, blue or red or something like that, some specific question they might have. It's very easy to do. You go into Contact Us, to follow, put your name in, company. Let's say they're associated with some company, or if not, that's fine. They type in NA. Question is, let's say, do you have blue? Question mark. Hit send. What's very useful about this too is that it creates leads to bolster that pipeline you might need. Let's go to the bottom, and there you go. Here it is. It's my name, email. Tells you what they've done. If you have any questions or anything else, it just automatically feeds directly into your leads. It's pretty slick. Now, for instance, let's say someone wants to go into their website and they want to change something else about the website. Let's say they want to go into the items. I kind of hinted at this in the past when I first started. So you want to shop. But problem is, they know that only, let's say they have 3 separate websites, which more often than not actually tends to happen. It can be actually the same exact inventory it's drawing from, but rather they have, let's say they have a more of a website it's aimed towards, let's say, commercial light bulbs versus something that's sold privately. Maybe so let's say they have different pricing. Of course, you can change that with pricing pages. But with this configurability, what it allows you to do is it allows you to go and change it so that a specific item is only visible on certain websites. Let's say you have a customizable desk, and you tend to sell this to offices. Okay, that's fine. What you can do is you'd go back to your website. Into the product page. And I want to make it so that my customizable desk can't be seen on anything but one website, which let's say it's Demand Force. Let's save that. Here we have 25 products. Let's go to the next. Let's hit edit. Demand Force. So by toggling between those three options, between the three websites, it gives you the option of having that item visible. And generally in all three websites are only visible on that one specific website. It's very simple, fairly easy. Then you go back, it's saved. You go to the website. This is the one we made. Hit shop. And you see that same item now there. And if we had more time, the same process can be done over and over again so that you can actually have certain items show up and certain items not set up to show up at all. Fairly straightforward. Any questions?
Yeah, we do have one question right off the bat. So for instance, in a multi-company, can every company have a different currency?
Oh, yes, it can. Yeah. Let's do that. You have to set up currencies within the company itself. So here we have Demand Force. So what you do is top right, toggle to the actual company, go to your main dashboard. Here's a question. I have to do it from an app, so configuration and settings. Generally, currency is in sales, but it doesn't matter as long as you're in any application under the settings page. It allows you to pull up currencies or anything else you see here. Currencies. Currencies, websites. Here we go. Yeah. So we have multi-currencies now turned on. Let's price list. Click on that. The two defaults are euros and US. So let's say for Demand Force, you only want US. So you just turn off euro. And of course, you can create a new currency. Let's say you have the yuan or something like that. You just hit create. I'm sorry if I did that too quickly. You hit create like so. Type in yuan. It's generally just it's alphanumeric, so YUA should come up with yuan. You type in specifics of the exchange rate and hit save, and it's then added. I'm not going to record this for now. But yeah, that's how it's done. You just turn so I turned off the euro and I turned on the USD. And now it's saved. And we're back to where we started. And that's how that's done fairly quickly. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, doesn't look like we have any other questions at the moment. Do you have,
Sure.
I guess we'll give people more time to come up with any questions if they have any more.
Sure. In the meantime, let's just actually generate a sale. It's kind of fun, so it's nice to show that too. So let's go to the website we made. And just so you guys know, I did this quickly just to show you how easy it is. You don't have to be a computer specialist, a developer, or even a techie really. Just go in, basically flip a few things on, and you choose a theme, create it. If you have some existing products, you could either make them on the fly, or You could literally just import most of these products on an Excel sheet. So it's very easy. It's very straightforward. Okay, so from here, let's say we hit shop. So this is actually one extra functionality that incorporates with the website, which is e-commerce. So let's say we pick this in black. I want to add aluminum. Oh, this combination doesn't exist. That's fine. Hit custom. I'll just keep it steel to keep things simple. I'm going to add this to cart. You see it here. And with the way this is set up, it even gives you options. So if you bought a black customizable desk, it tells you, hey, why not buy a chair? Hey, throw it in, right? That's fine if you so choose to or not. Let's say you decide against it, whatever. You can add a warranty. You can continue shopping, or you can proceed to checkout. Here at the bottom right, it's actually going to give you the option for a promo code. So actually, this lets me bring up another option. We have something called email marketing. It's a great application. It works in conjunction with most of these websites and e-commerce sites, because what happens is, let's say you have an existing list of leads, like a person, like I just went in, I asked the question if you had a blue chair, what have you. That lead is now entered into not just your CRM, but rather also your contacts. So now that it's in your contacts, the system sees that I have a name, I have an email address, possibly a phone number. That's fine. Then I send that person an email code saying, hey, or an email just saying, hey, you've bought something in the past. Let me go ahead and send you a promo code because you spent so much money this month. So at this point, this kind of helps you incentivize your potential returning customer to go in and punch in a promo code, get a discount, and ultimately buy more. So let's process checkout. Here we go. Shipping methods, edit, confirm order. All right, very good. So you have a payment acquire. And you can likewise make it so that the invoice is automatically created here. Wire transfer, sure, why not? Save. That's done. So from here, this feeds directly into sales, an order. You can see your quotations, because in the system it's technically a quotation until it's in the system and approved. This person wanted to buy this, very good. I can send them this by email, sending here. I can attach a file saying this is the item that you potentially wanted to buy. You send it off to him or her. They accept it. This is a preview of how that quotation might look. Of course, contingent upon how I have it set up. And you probably noticed something here. This is a quote that the customer can see, but it has the same theme and look that the website has. So we go in here, accept it, and sign it. So now it's signed, it's good to go. We can take steps towards fulfilling that order. It's confirmed. Oh, I kind of skipped a step. I did want to show you here on the right side, you have something called chatter. This shows you that person, Michelle, she actually signed it, and it tells you that here. It's now been signed. So that just obviously leads to a confirmation. It's a tacit agreement. So from here, logically, you look top right, something's changed, and it just tells you that this order has delivery that has to be created. So that means that this customizable desk, it's black and steel options, are it's now waiting, meaning that if it needs manufacturing, it would say something like waiting for an order or waiting for another step to be taken, but rather this is done. That just means that now you can just check your availability, and contingent upon that availability being on hand, it then allows you to actually go into your inventory and ship this directly to the customer. So let's go into our inventory. See what's waiting. We see our source document being reflected over and over. That's source document 38. Looks like our availability is not there. So let's, if that's the case, let's check our purchases, see if we need to have this added to our inventory. What's that? That's not it. Let's go back to inventory and validate. Okay, so now what I've done is I have filled the order. I've now sent this out to Michelle admin. Very good, it's done. And that's a general sales flow from how to actually create the multi-company website, create the website, piggybacking off the multi-company, and going in, creating a new lead from the website, newly made, and lastly, placing an order, and then of course fulfilling that order thereafter. The last step would be invoicing, but contingent upon how you have invoicing set up in your system, there's any number of ways of doing it, meaning that you can have it prepaid, you can have it paid upon delivery, but Odoo can certainly facilitate any which way you want to have it set up. Thank you.
Great.
Any questions?
Yeah, people are asking, excuse me, have some questions regarding multi-company and, for instance, accounting.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be able to show some of the, excuse me, some of the, let's see, like some of the accounting module for multi-company, such as, purchasing from one company to another, receiving, that sort of thing?
Sure. Let's talk about that a bit. So by default, Odoo, what it does is it breaks up your invoices. Likewise with vendor purchases and POs by your companies. Unless you don't want it that way, then that's fine. You can combine it. Let's say you have to order something for a set inventory, then that's something that should be shown in configuration or would have to be configured in inventory. But if you want to show customer invoices being paid from one website or another, likewise with company, Odoo does that automatically. So you would go into customers, go into invoices. So just to kind of talk about the module we're now in. We're now currently in the accounting module, which is a altogether different module, but the information we just did is now fed directly into the accounting module. So there's complete connectivity between the different modules. They work in tandem towards getting the task done at hand. So let's just set it up like this. So hold on. So this, when you first set up, this is a brand new database. It's going to tell you what to do. So you click on Let's Start. It tells you, yes, this is the company we just made, demand force, very good. You can punch in a tax ID, just put in some random number, that's fine. Hit Apply. Now it says Customize. So let's just customize the way you want your invoices. So let's say you now send an invoice at the end of the sales cycle, and you've now fulfilled your order. Let's say you want this generic look here. Let's say it's preview. And of course, this is just 4 out-of-the-box templates. They don't have to be that specific way. You can build them out almost to no end. So go ahead and click on that. Let's apply this. And what's nice too, let's say you have a company tagline or company footer. Let's say tagline is, only the best, exclamation mark. Footer is work with us or something like that. Okay, ... why not? That's a bit ominous. Work with us, question mark. All right, exclamation mark. A question mark would be kind of weird though, right? Work with us? Like, what are you thinking? I'm just playing. Hit apply. It looks great. There you go. Set payments. Go to configuration panel. Let's say payment requires, See, this is where it gets a bit hairy because you actually have to have a live account. Put in my U.S. account number. No, I don't know about that. It's like I'm not sure if my U.S. bank would be very happy with that. But yeah, so from here you'd set this up. See, it wants me to put in a chart of accounts, but if this was a live database, that's what you would do. Odoo, what they do in our account module is that we actually run with your bank. We run statements every 2 hours to automatically have reconciliation. So if there's ever a discrepancy, you're told before even your bank tells you. I'd say about the same time because I figured you'd probably not check your bank statement or your bank app as often as you'd be working in Odoo. Yeah, so that's how it's set up here. If we had live invoices, there'd be a list of invoices here. I have a different database I can show you in which I have a number of invoices already applied. But yeah. But to answer your question, yes, indeed. The different applications do feed into one another, and you don't have to worry about reconciliation or anything like that. Was there any caveat to that question besides just do they work with one another?
Let's see. We have another question from Stephen Mandako.
Yes, sir.
I have 3 companies.
Mhm.
Is it possible to have 2 companies to share a product list, but not the third?
Yes. That's pretty easy to do. Let me pull up a separate database. So what you would do is you'd go into the product itself. So you'd go into the products page, and you'd toggle between your different companies that you have. Let's see. Actually, from the products page, you wouldn't toggle between your different companies. You'd toggle between your different websites. That way, when someone logs into your website, which is then configured to be linked to your specific company, the person on the specific website. Let's say you have website A, and you have products like pizza and pizza accessories. Well, only from website A, all they would see is pizza and pizza accessories. And the way to do that is like so. So follow along. Now toggle into any app that displays products. So from this, you can see products from your website. You can see products from sales. You can see products from inventory. Point being is you can see products in various applications. So go into the product itself. Like here, I have eyeglasses. Hit edit. Go into the e-commerce tab. And then default, if it says nothing at all, it's going to be visible. These eyeglasses will be visible from all of your websites. If you want it to only be visible from one specific website, like Home Ovens or my website, you set it to Home Ovens. So now you hit save, and you go into your website, and you go to website, and you click Home Ovens. It's going to switch over. And now, if you shop, you'll see that this item is no longer, it actually is published. Now you can actually see it from this website. So I made it so you can only see it from this website. But to speak to your point, if I go to the other one, in which it's not shown, I hit shop. You'll see that although unpublished, the glasses are not there. So it's that simple. You would simply go into your products page, and you'd go into your product, and you'd make that product configured to only be visible from one website, which is then associated with your specific company. And you don't have to do this manually. Best course of action is, of course, to buy a number of consulting hours, and you'd have a consultant go and import the entire list of products into your system and make that item then at that point configured to only be visible from said website. And going back to the last question, so in this database I have a number of invoices already shown. I have some things configured. Go into customers, go into customer invoices, and you have a number of invoices right here. It tells you the source document. And let's say this happens more often than not. Someone is sick and tired of QuickBooks and they want to move over from QuickBooks to Odoo accounting. They want to buy so much more than just accounting. They want the entire suite. So if that's the case, the best course of action is to have your consultant export. Let's say you have 3 or 4 years worth of invoices and you need to have that for your records. You can export that onto an Excel file, and from there simply click import and import the file directly into the system. You load the file here, you find it, you upload it. And let's say you want to do some reporting, look into your profit and loss statement. You click on your operating income, product sales. From here you can see things like your general ledger. It's all here. You can drill down into a specific invoice, see the journal entry. You can see it right here. You can see how it was paid, by whom. You see general chatter on the right side, letting you know that this person, sent out this sales order. From there, it became this quote then became a sales order. Then when it was paid, by whom, why, which salesperson sent out the sales order in the first place, etc. Of course, we can just toggle right back to the previous view. It's very simple. We call that our breadcrumb trail up here. And of course, let's say, I hope this never happens to any of you, but if you ever have to export this information to, if you're being audited or something like that, hit export, and all of this is then automatically downloaded onto an Excel file for your viewing pleasure, like so. So it just kind of shows you that the different modules are interconnected. Any subsequent questions?
Yeah. Stephen Mendeco has a follow-up. So how about having visibility of a product in the inventory module in 2 companies, but not a third? So not necessarily relating to websites, but relating to inventory, for instance.
Sure. So if that's the case, what you want to do, I don't have multi-company set up here, but let's say I have multi-company set up. I'd go into my inventory. I'd configure this. So the idea was you would toggle between your 2 different companies, and each company would have its own set list of inventory. So when you first download information, like you go into your master data, you go into your products. This is all the items I have, all the tangible products I have, and I have only one company. But if I were to have a different company, I could toggle between this company and the next one, and I would have a whole new list of products. So when you first set up your companies, you should set up your list of products from this page. So I would work exclusively from your inventory tab, and then you would set it up here. That's how it's done in Odoo. And again, this is something that's a bit more high level, so I don't recommend it for the novice. I certainly would recommend you to leave this kind of things, these sorts of tasks, importing, exporting, etc., to exporting not so much, but importing definitely to your consultant.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of times what tends to happen is if you have a number of modules and you have one downloaded and you change one thing, it tends to trip other things up. So it's a carefully layered cake. So each layer has to be done a certain way. Otherwise, it's going to break something else and it just won't taste right.
Gotcha. Going back to website, I had a question. Can I change the background color in Odoo for each company so that way we can quickly identify which company we are in?
Certainly, yeah. For example, I did this for my main company. So let's say you changed, I actually had a customer who did that with theirs, or I did it for them, I showed them. So let's say I added a company, I can have a different background. I have this view of Coit Tower and the northeast side of the city. I can add someone else as they toggled between, they're from Colorado, they toggled from company to company. They had the Rockies, and a different one, they had Aspen. So yeah, that's something that's pretty easy to do. It would require one extra module though, and that is Studio. That thing is worth its weight in gold. I'm not sure how much it weighs though, but it's a great tool. It allows you to change the backgrounds. So it looks like this up here, top right. It says Studio. Click on that. Go to customizations. First thing says change background. So you would do that specific to the company you have toggled. Let's play with that actually. Let's do that. Why not? Let's do that right here. So I have demand force. So I want demand force to look a certain way. So just pay attention. Let's see. There you go. So if I have demand force, it looks like this. This is quite the view. This is awe-inspiring. Okay, let's say I have demo company. And it's that beautiful off royal purple. So very good. So from here, you want to do the same thing. Let's change it up to something else. Change background. Let's have it look like, let's go to some pics. I got some cool pics. Ooh, Muir Woods. That's nice. I am one for nice views. As you can tell. Hit close, and yeah, and lo and behold, there you have it. So, so when you first log in, if you logged in under, let's say, demo company, you can have like a forest background. You know that it's obviously your demo company because it has a different view. So I just did it right now on the fly. Although I'd say pretty decently well versed at Odoo, but this is something that isn't high level, something you can do yourself, something that you don't have to bug your consultant about. But there you go. There you have it.
Great.
Anything else?
Yeah, one last one.
Yeah.
Let's see. It looks like, again, from Stephen Mendaco.
Yes, sir.
We had been told that to keep intercompany functionality, we had to share the products, not import product lists separately in each company. I'm not sure. He's
saying that he has to. Who told you that? Who said that? Was that your consultant, or is that version? Is that with version 11.2? Because I know 11.2 had a different module altogether that you had to. It was a premium to have multi-company and multi-website. So I know with the new version V12, it's supposed to be easier doing it the way I mentioned.
Well, I think that for instance, if you could probably get in touch with George directly.
Direct me out.
Yeah, George, what is your email address?
So it's gsa@odoo.com.
Great. And yeah, and if you have any further questions or questions that we couldn't answer today, you can always send us an email to webinars@odoo.com in order to get any further clarification regarding today's topic or any other ones. Let's see. So I think George, is there anything else that you would like to add before we head out today?
Let me think. Something I left out. Honestly, if you want an ERP that once configured, it doesn't matter how complicated it may seem at first, I think within 8 to 12 hours of jumping into it, you too can do a sales flow.
That's great.
Yeah. Odoo ERP for you.
Don't forget also that we are currently in our Odoo tour mode, so you can find any information regarding our Odoo tour events, see where the closest one is to you. You can visit our website at odoo.com/tours for all of that information. So I believe from us here today at the San Francisco studios, thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all next time.
Cool. Thank you, Noel.
No problem.
Mm-hmm.